Carbohydrates are often regarded as satisfying and filling, but the reality is more complicated, especially when it comes to refined, quickly digested starches. Far from keeping hunger at bay, these foods often lead to what's known as the rebound hunger effect, a cycle in which initial fullness is quickly followed by an unexpected return of hunger, sometimes even stronger than before the meal. This effect is one of the most insidious ways a high-carb diet can quietly promote overeating, weight gain, and metabolic imbalance, all while giving the illusion of satiety. When you consume a carbohydrate-rich meal, especially one based on refined starches like white bread, pasta, white rice, or pastries, your blood sugar rises quickly as glucose floods the bloodstream. In response, the pancreas releases a surge of insulin to move that sugar into cells, where it can be used for energy or stored as fat. But this process doesn't always unfold smoothly. The rapid spike in glucose is often followed by an equally rapid decline as insulin overshoots its mark, pushing blood sugar levels down too far, too fast. This sharp dip triggers feelings of renewed hunger, sometimes within just 1 to 2 hours of eating. It's a confusing experience for many. How can someone be ravenously hungry so soon after a large meal? The reason lies in how refined carbohydrates affect appetite-regulating hormones and the brain's reward systems. The insulin spike not only lowers blood sugar, it also suppresses ghrelin, the hunger hormone, temporarily. But as blood glucose drops, ghrelin quickly rebounds and leptin, the hormone that signals fullness, lags behind. This mismatch leads to a sensation of emptiness or craving, despite having just consumed plenty of calories. Worse still, this hunger is often selective, pushing people toward more fast-digesting carbohydrates rather than protein or vegetables, since the brain craves another quick glucose fix. This creates a loop that many experience daily without realizing it. Eat, spike, crash, crave, repeat. For those trying to manage weight, blood sugar, or appetite, this rebound hunger can be especially damaging. It makes it incredibly difficult to stick to calorie limits or nutritional goals when the body keeps signaling hunger so soon after eating. The tendency to reach for a snack or second portion isn't always about willpower. It's a physiological response to the hormonal chaos induced by high-carb, low-fiber meals. The result is an unintentional overconsumption of calories, even among those who are actively trying to eat less or eat healthier. And since refined carbs rarely come with the fiber, fat, or protein needed to slow digestion, the cycle continues with each high-starch meal or snack. Children and teenagers are particularly vulnerable to this pattern, given how heavily their diets lean on starch-heavy convenience foods like breakfast cereals, white bread sandwiches, and processed snacks. In school settings or at home, these foods may be the default options, and while they may appear filling, they rarely hold off hunger for long. This contributes to erratic eating patterns, excessive snacking, and rising rates of childhood obesity and early insulin resistance. Adults are no less susceptible, often misreading carb-driven cravings as signs of emotional stress or fatigue rather than recognizing the dietary triggers at play. The psychological effects of rebound hunger are equally concerning. Feeling persistently hungry despite regular eating can create frustration, guilt, and confusion. It can lead people to believe they lack discipline or that something is wrong with their metabolism, when in fact, it's their food choices, particularly the type and timing of carbohydrates, that are misfiring the body's hunger signals. This misalignment fosters distrust in one's own appetite, further complicating attempts to establish healthy eating habits. What makes this so problematic is how normalized it has become. People expect to need snacks mid-morning or mid-afternoon, not realizing that their initial meal set them up for rebound hunger. A breakfast of toast and jam, cereal with skim milk, or a fruit smoothie may seem light and wholesome, but often sends blood sugar soaring, only to crash later, triggering the need for another snack or coffee. By the end of the day, this can lead to a total calorie intake far above what the body actually needed, all driven by artificial hunger responses rooted in blood sugar instability. To escape the rebound hunger trap, the solution is not necessarily to eliminate all carbohydrates, but to replace fast-digesting, fiber-poor starches with slower-digesting, nutrient-dense alternatives. Meals rich in protein, healthy fats, and fiber such as eggs and vegetables, legumes and nuts, or plain yogurt with seeds can moderate glucose release and help maintain stable energy levels. These meals dampen the hormonal roller coaster, supporting more reliable satiety signals and reducing the drive to overeat. In the end, carbs don't just make you hungry because they're light or low in calories. They make you hungrier because they disrupt the body's natural appetite regulation. The more refined and unbalanced they are, the more they push you into a pattern of craving and consumption that feels out of control. Recognizing and correcting this pattern is one of the most powerful steps anyone can take to restore metabolic balance, curb unnecessary eating, and regain control over their appetite.